everyone, and welcome to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is our second episode, but our first proper dive into the game. Last time we did the character creation and just the beginning introduction to get to this point to establish our character's place in the world, at least for now. We were sent to, sort of check in on what was going on with negotiations, peace talks between Templars and mages. Unfortunately, the game begins with an eruption of that location. Divine Justinia perishing in this rift that is now formed, which is a really crazy way to start a game, and I love it. We've got some sort of weird mark on us. Cassandra and Leliana are suspicious of our involvement, but we obviously have no clue. And I kind of like that because we as the player also have no clue what's going on here, so we're just kind of left wondering how this all has come about. So the Wrath of Heaven, we must get to the rift with Cassandra. So we've got Cassandra with us. Leliana has gone ahead. I think we should get into it. I'm super excited to finally play Inquisition. So let's move on.
Maker, though the darkness comes upon me, I shall embrace the light. I shall weather the storm. I shall endure. What you have created, no one can tear asunder.
The people that are like so traumatized that they're actually just rocking in place.
As there is but one God, one life, one death. There is but one God, and He is our Maker.
Damn.
Open the gate. We are heading into the valley.
So we're going right to the rift. That's a great skybox. That is a great skybox. So a quest map by pressing M. See our destination. Look at these environments though.
It's the end of the world.
Wow, coming from Dragon Age Origins and then Dragon Age 2 and then just dropping right into Inquisition, it's just so cool to see this game, because I think this is a generational leap now, because Origins and Dragon Age 2 were the Xbox 360, PS3 era, and now this one came out 2014, so Xbox One, PlayStation 4 just kind of in their infancy. It's still a nice generational leap to see the changes. Alas, obviously we're playing on PC, so we get like even more of an improvement over what those games would have been when they released. Damn, if the atmosphere doesn't pull you in immediately. Look at that. Maker, help me! Whoa! Oh god, my sad face looks so bad.
Pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
Pretty sure the woman in our vision at the start of the game is Divine Justinia, because I don't know what the shortcut for the codex is. But in characters, Divine Justinia's artwork is like literally the big hat. We were chosen by the Divine. So they actually saw a figure, so we didn't imagine that. They saw a figure behind us as we were thrown out of the rift. I actually really love how our character is like physically reacting to this event that's taking place as well. Very cinematic. Jesus. Abominations. I need a weapon. That's cool. Okay. Alright, we're in attacking time. Press R or left click to attack. Oh god, let me... Okay. I'm gonna put some range in here because I'm a long-range attacker. Oh, look at those movements. Chilled. Cassandra's just standing there. Here, let me help you out. I'll slowly kill this enemy. Yeah! Let me help you out.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
I don't need a... Oh, yeah, true. I don't need a staff for my magic.
Do you really think I need a staff to be dangerous?
Is that supposed to reassure me?
I haven't used my magic on you yet.
You're right. You don't need a staff, but you should have one. I cannot protect.
Slightly disapproves.
I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
I look so upset.
Make a note of what we will face.
I look so upset.
Where are all your soldiers?
At the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
My character has puppy dog eyes. Okay, we got a new codex entry. What is the shortcut for my codex? I know J is journal, M is map, I is inventory. It's not C, unfortunately. The Shade. It has often been suggested that the only way for a demon to affect the world of the living is by possessing a living or once living body, but this is not always true. Indeed, a Shade is one such creature, a demon in its true form that has adapted to affect the world around it. My hypothesis is this. We already know that many demons become confused when they pass through the veil into our world. They are unable to tell the living from the dead, the very static nature of our universe being confusing to a creature that is accustomed to a physicality defined entirely by emotion and memory. Most demons seek to seize immediately upon anything they perceive as life, jealously attempting to possess it. But what of those that do not? What of those that encounter no life or fail to possess a body? What of those that are more cautious by their nature? These demons watch, they lurk, they envy. In time, such a demon will learn to drain energy from the psyche of those it encounters, just as it did in the Fade. Once it is drained enough, it has the power to manifest and will forever be known as a Shade. Such a creature spurns possession. It instead floats as a shadow across its piece of land, preying upon the psyche of anyone who cross its path. Perhaps it believes itself still in the Fade. There is evidence to believe this is so. Cool. Alright. K for codex. No. N for codex. L for codex. P for codex. O. I don't know if I can get the codex open on its own. Which is a there must be. There must be an option in here. Key bindings. So we got quest map, journal, inventory, character record with P. There isn't a codex quick option. There you go. Okay, I gotta manually go into my codex every time. That's fine. So we've got a disapproval meter as well. So we've got Cassandra slightly disapproves. My character record is locked though, so I don't know if I can see what's going on there yet, because we're just at the beginning of the game. But I have chain lightning and flash fire straight off the bat, which is cool. Healing potions are back on the... Oh. Right click. Healing potions are back. Instead of them being like a little set button, like Dragon Age 2. Okay. I have a mercenary coat and a Templar scribe cowl. Well, let me chuck that bad boy on. We'll keep all our stuff hidden, naturally. No descriptions on on gear once again. Like they used to be in Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins was the only one to commit to the... Nice. To commit to that. Inquisition Shield and Inquisition Longsword. I guess they switched to only having the codex entries for specific items instead of all the items having like flavor text. Alright, I have a new helmet. We'll get used to combat in this game as well, because it looks like this might be similar to Dragon Age 2 in terms of like the attacking at the very least, but I'm curious to see how everything else goes. I'm also not sure what that is. It looks like maybe armor on top of your health, which is cool. Abilities consume mana and stamina for powerful combat effects. Most abilities require time to pass before reuse.
There! Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
I press tab to lock your target. Okay. Cool. And then chain lightning. Hey-ya! Nice. How'd you get down there? Oh, you just fell down. Okay. $60 gold. We got elf fruit and stuff still. Gathering resources. Use them to craft upgrades to your gear and potions. I don't think I can press tab to highlight stuff like I used to. I don't think that comes up with anything. Because tab is used to like lock on.
The hill. It attacks from a distance.
Alright, there's a floating spirit coming right for us. One target at a time. I'm slowed. Ugh. Cool. Ah, there was a wraith. I'm upset, guys. I'm upset straight off the bat because usually, right, back in the day of Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, when you would get a notification of like, here's your codex entry, you would be able to click on it and it would just take you straight there. Now the game hates you and it makes you do this instead. That's unfortunate. I liked being able to click on my notifications. We've read about Elf Root time and time again, so we know this. But we get to check out new cards this time. Let's have a look at the Wraith. Like wisps, wraiths are sometimes thought to be the remains of spirits or demons that have been destroyed. They cannot shape the fade around themselves, nor are they capable of mimicking forms they see in the minds of dreamers, as many weaker spirits do. Instead, they are the scavengers of the fade, dwelling in the shadows of stronger beings, feeding on scraps of thought and emotion. I'm probably going to say it a lot, but the artwork is really, really good. Yeah, I love looking at the art cards. Yeah, it looks like, I can't press... Maybe there might be a key binding for this. Highlighting items? Oh, search? Oh, I can search with V. Nearby loot, codex entries, and crafting nodes. Okay. Oh, that's weird. So I've got a pulse thing now. It doesn't look like it's... It only looks like it's in my, like, direct vicinity, though. Look at that. I kind of prefer just being able to hold, like, tab and it just highlights everything. Especially for someone who doesn't want to miss things. Because now I just feel like I'm going to spend the whole game just doing this. Just spamming V to search. I want to see the range on it. If anything comes up at a distance. Oh, hang on. You can hear a noise, I think.
They're falling from the breach.
Oh! Cassandra says. Yeah, and I heard a sound effect. Yeah, hang on. When there's stuff... Oh, it comes up on your map like a Dragon Ball Z scouter. Actually, no, it's got a decent amount of range. Look at that. I can see that iron all the way over there. Alright, cool. So if there's anything, it comes up on your mini-map. That's nice. I like that. I will accept that in that case. It'd be nice if you could, like, attack while moving, but you get stuck. Okay, so... yeah. It coming up on the mini-map is nice. I appreciate that. That is good. Give me some iron. I love the spell effects, though. They look very good.
Someone help!
I'll use one of these. So I gotta wait for my mana to come back. It's on like a cooldown. Loot. Please pick it up. Oh, I gotta be like right on top of it. I can't even like select it from a distance like I used to be able to. I've just started the game and I'm already picking up crafting materials. Oh god. Oh god. At least I can sprint everywhere. That's nice. Sprint mode, activate.
We're getting close.
Oh, look at my legs.
You can hear the fighting.
Look at my legs go up those
You'll see
stairs.
soon. We must help them.
Oh, I thought I found a secret there. I was like, I'm about to run right through this tree. Get him. That's Varric. That's Bianca. That's Bianca. Oh my god. I recognize that handsome dwarf anywhere. Yo! Look at him.
Quickly, before more come through.
He looks so cool. Why did he know how to do that?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
Why did you know to do that? Who the fuck's this guy? He's like, quick, shove this random woman's hand in the rift. He knew. That's weird. Varric! My handsome dwarf.
You mean this?
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
Yes! He's so cool. He looks great too. This man was like, oh yeah, I just theorized it would work. So what if it didn't work and it like took my whole arm with it or something? He's straight up just like, yeah, I just thought it would work. Good thing it did. Like, I didn't consent to having my arm thrown into a random rift. Thank you very much. I'm a bit like thrown by my character's sad face. her neutral face is great. The expression's good, but whenever she's sad, she's like... I'm like, God damn it. Oh yeah, asking Varric if he's with the Chantry. We have to go for... I'm pretty sure we should be able to select this, because this is just like... investigate first, right?
Are you with the Chantry, or...?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
The rendering on that chest hair, though. The detail on each specific strand. Beautifully done.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric.
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
Okay. Soulless. Alright. Next time, ask before you grab my hand, you swine.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Like you, Solus is an apostate.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra.
True.
My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade. Far beyond the experience of any Circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
What's that on his, what's that necklace? What is that?
And what will you do once this is over?
One hopes those in power will remember who helped, and who did not. Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is a mage, but I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well... Bianca's excited.
Cool.
Down the bank. The road ahead is blocked.
Alright, I've got a full party. I got a full party of 4. Alright, awesome. Eee, I'm so excited. This is so good. Also, I gotta say, for usually when you start a game, your starting gear doesn't look cool. Sometimes it just looks kind of basic, but like, I gotta say, our starting gear looks really great. I love the appearance of this character here. Alright. We got some codex entries. We got some characters. Solus. Cassandra, I understand our first order of business must be to investigate this bizarre breach in the sky and protect people from the demons descending. While my search continues, I wish to draw your attention to a new arrival at our camp, an elven apostate calling himself Solus. Solus entered the camp voluntarily, surrendering his staff to Chantry forces without protest. He is not Dalish and says that he has never been part of the Circle, claiming instead to have studied magic peacefully on his own, particularly magic tied to the Fade. We got a nomad wanderer over here. Just been chilling on his own, okay. While I suspect you will be reluctant to accept the help of an apostate, Solus did come to us freely. Witnesses saw him in a nearby village at the time of the blast, so he was likely not responsible for what happened at the Conclave. However, he has described the effects of the breach in enough detail to convince me that he knows more about the Fade than anyone else present. Solus has requested permission to study the lone survivor and one of the smaller rifts in hopes of finding a way to seal the breach. He has correctly guessed that it is growing and believes it will destroy the entire world unless we find a way to stop it. Unless you object, I will allow him his studies under proper observation, of course. Leliana. I don't know, man. Seems suspicious. Random dude appears who's never been with any group and appears to just be in, like, the vicinity of the big event that takes place, and then he's like, yeah, I know how to change things, and I understand the seriousness of it. I'm just going to say that this guy caused it. just because I have no other suspects right now. Suspicious. Varric's art card is literally his chest hair. So funny. All right. That's cool, though. The imagery on the cards, gorgeous. Varric's is literally his chest hair and staring down the barrel of Bianca. That's the last thing you see. Varric Tethras of the Dwarven Merchants Guild of Kirkwall is famous or infamous for two things: his books and his association with the Champion of Kirkwall. After the Templars and Circles broke away from the Chantry, Divine Justinia V sent her agents to Kirkwall, where the roots of the war began, in search of answers. The Champion had long since disappeared, but Varric had written a book on his friend's involvement in the destruction of the Kirkwall Chantry, and the left and right hands of the Divine located him with surprising ease. They captured and interrogated him, then brought him to the Conclave to give his testimony to the Divine in person, but fate decreed he would never meet her. Lovely. Alright. We got some characters with us now. Oh, I've got a jump. Nice. Fire stuff. Actually, it's just taken me this long to realize, is the currency system in this game different? Oh, okay. Because I'm just like, wait a minute, 44 gold? Because I'm going off of the previous currency system when you had like copper, silver, and sovereigns, which is the gold. They've simplified the currency system. Okay, so it's just gold now? They decided that in the war between Templars and Mages, they're like, who can be bothered counting the small coins? Just make it all one number. Apparently that's what they decided to do. So it's just gold now. I wonder how that actually is explained in universe, genuinely. Hiya! Can I talk to people in while we're chilling or not? Nope. I can attack you. I can't talk. You can't talk to characters in the field. Okay. Why not? Why can't I talk to Varric and get to know him in an intimate manner immediately? Can we romance Varric? Because that's about to get interesting, if so. We can finally do it. Why won't you loot him? Figurine of Matharath the Betrayer. That's cool.
Glad you brought me now, Seeker?
Oh, can click the hourglass. Okay, I can pause the game. Where is that? I got a statue of Matharath? Where is that? Does that unlock a codex entry? Nope. That's weird. Isn't that weird? I picked up a figurine, but I don't think I can, like, view it or anything. I thought it would unlock a codex entry. Ooh, kill him! Oh, tactical camera mode. Oh, okay. Oh, they brought back the tactical camera from Origins. Okay. Use Wukusi or hold down the mouse buttons to scan the battlefield, cycle through targets. They have a tactical mode, dude. Oh, with health and everything. This is awesome. Oh. The camera's a bit strange. Ugh. This is cool. Tactical mode. Okay, in tactical mode, you can enter tactical mode in the same way, and you can do it where it's like more turn-based, where you can like pause. That's cool. They've like blended Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 together almost with that in mind. I'll have to get used to it, but that's cool.
I'm falling back!
Are we still in combat? Everyone's... There we go. It's like, there's no enemies around, I don't think. Hello! I'm going in random people's houses and stealing their stuff while nobody's home. Silver bracelet. Is that an accessory? Oh, maybe it's just junk that you can sell. Yeah, this Matherath figurine is junk. Leather. Okay, because crafting. And a rare herb. Cool. Dragon thorn. Ah, all codex entries have the same artwork. That's disappointing. The wood of the dragon thorn tree is prized for its strength and has been used to craft bows of remarkable quality, but the leaves are equally valuable. Alchemists have known for centuries that an extract of dragon thorn leaves will enhance and stabilize other, more volatile magical compounds. An excerpt, that's supposed to say an excerpt, from the Botanical Compendium. Goddamn typo. Goddamn typo. Alright. I like that I can jump. I'm enjoying the controls so far, and I also think that the combat approach between a Dragon Age 2 and a Dragon Age Origins blend with the tactical camera is really neat. It's a good idea. So you can kind of play it however you like with those previous games in mind. How am I getting in there? There's a bunch of shit in there. Yeah. How do I'm trying to figure out if okay, you guys can just walk through walls. I'm trying to figure out if I have to right click on everything or whether I can just kind of like press a button and have my character automatically go to it, you know? Aquamarine. Very exciting stuff right here. Looting. Guys, how do I get that? Apparently we can just walk right through flame. Oh. Okay. We can just walk right through fire. For some reason I thought that this would be dangerous, but apparently we're all impervious to flame. Oh. Okay. We just built different. I'm literally trying to like avoid the area because I'm like, oh, we're gonna probably take damage and die. And then the game was like, nah, you can just walk through fire, don't worry. Me looking for an alternate entrance to the building, thinking I'm clever because I don't want to get burned alive. Which direction are we going? Oh, because I know that we're supposed to go that way, but I'm like, we can just keep going this way. I have a feeling this will just be the next objective at this point because I see enemies in the distance. So maybe I'll just, I'll leave this place alone. Let's save. Actually, what's quick save and quick load? Auto attack, SP. Okay. Oh, interact is F. Okay, so I should be able to just press F instead of right clicking on stuff. Attack my target with Y. Oh, you can do commands. Cool. Quick save, F5. Okay. Gotcha. Usually E is interact, but in this game, E and Q are like strafing. Reach the forward camp.
So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Funny. Okay, if I highlight something and I press F to interact, it doesn't automatically run up to it. And even if I right click on it, it doesn't. And it used to. If you could see a chest or something in the previous games, you could interact with it. Your character would run all the way there. And I kind of liked that. Now I have to do it myself? Unbelievable. It is always funny when you go into a sequel and you have to adjust to the changes that they've made. For better or for worse. Right, I can press F. F does work. Press F to loot iron. Whee! I took 4 damage. Oh my god. And your health doesn't come back? Outside of combat? Oh, no. It used to. Wow. Health used to come back outside of combat. That's fine. It adds more challenge. Look at these. Look at the designs of this. Like, what is going on there? The Shades got armor now, like looking like legionaries. Yeah, I love that I've got like chain lightning straight off the bat. I'm getting wrecked though. Everyone else is full health. Can you guys take attention? Can you get their attention, please? Cassandra's taunting, but it's not working. Cassandra, your taunting is not working. I'm taking damage over here, lady. Everyone else is at full health, and Cassandra's got a goddamn shield.
Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
This is a creature research item. Bring it to a creature research specialist to learn more about this type of creature. That's cool. Know thy enemy. Keep items for later. Gotcha. Oh, do you have to be like standing right on top of the thing to loot it? I need like an auto loot thing. My god. I would love to just be able to auto loot the battlefield after everything's said and done. Yeah, my health is getting wrecked compared to everybody else's. They're just focusing on me. The Solus, hang on, I can control by the characters. Do you have healing? Barrier. Do you have tactics? Doesn't seem like there's, I don't see tactics. There used to be tactics in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. I'm not seeing tactics. No healing, no tactics. Okay. I also can't click on enemies to control them anymore. I have to click on their icons or the F1 through to F4 routine.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly!
Fade rifts are caused by weaknesses in the veil.
Ah! What now?
I'm gonna just keep hanging back. Because I am just a target. Must be the mark on my hand. Everybody loves me.
Hurry! Use the mark!
Use the mark. Okay, shove my hand in this shit. The Herald can use the mark to close the rift. Okay. Nice. Maple Lass has reached level 2. Ooh, okay, let's see the level up screen. You can upgrade Spirit, Storm, Inferno, and Winter. Okay. So there's no longer... Okay. So we're just doing like sort of the elements instead of all the different trees that we used to have. We still have stuff that's like Mind Blast and Entropy and all the weird curse stuff. Spirit. Each ability tree contains active abilities, upgrades, and passive. Each abilities have active abilities have diamond-shaped icons. Okay, passive abilities are circular. Drag to navigate the trees and hover over an ability. Alright, we know how ability trees work. Every game has them. Okay, Mind Blast is in here. Revival, Rejuvenating Barrier, Strength of Spirits, Cleansing Blast. You can now use Mind Blast to remove negative status effects from yourself. That's so interesting. Okay. I thought that's what Dispel would be. That's weird. Okay. So they gave Mind Blast a Dispel upgrade, but then Dispel exists. Interesting. I guess that's like, if you go over this side, you can still get Dispel. Okay. That's fine. We have Chain Lightning already. Stormbringer. Static Cage. Alright, we got a lot of new abilities here, which is cool. I like that. So we've already got some Storm and some Inferno upgrades. Chaotic Focus. And then Winter, we don't have anything. Frost Mastery. Fade Step. Invisible waves of magic carry you forward, blurring ahead a short distance. Okay. Ice Armor. Blizzard. Oh, I think I want to put some points into Spirit. I think this will be what I want to do. Barrier, Elegant Defense, Energetic Defense, Peaceful Aura. Enemies less likely to attack you in battle. I need that. Where the hell is Cure, dude? Where's just Heal? Revival exists. To summon fallen enemies. Spirits now protect your allies for a short time. Revival is easier to cast, but no longer revives allies permanently. They are already unconscious, fight with great power for a few seconds before falling again? What? Why would you do that? So 60-second cooldown time, 2 meters, 85 mana. Oh, it's now like so much cheaper, but like 10 seconds of your enemy coming back up again, but then they fall. And then it halves the cooldown time. That's so strange. Okay. So there's no longer healing magic for some reason, and you need just healing potions. Okay, there is a tactics menu, but it seems incredibly simplified. It's just, will they use this ability, yes or no? Oh, because they have behaviors now? Okay, the behavior screen allows you to provide instructions to your party on how they should fight, cooperate, and defend themselves. Okay. Party members will not use healing potions if this many or few remain. Smart. Healing potion HP threshold. When it falls below this threshold, they will attempt to use a healing potion. Targeting behavior. Choose targets by following another party member's target or prioritizing threats to another party's member. Okay. Interesting, okay. And if mana stamina falls below this threshold, they will stop using abilities that require it. Okay, so they have tactics, but then they also have behaviors as like a sub-menu for, which is essentially still just AI tactics. And tactics is just for me. Nope. It's everyone. Okay. Cool. That's fine. Well, maybe I'll put Solus. We'll have Solus do the spirit stuff, and then I will maximize my power. We launch a salvo of elemental blast from your staff that homes in on targets ahead of you. We summon a bolt of lightning that blasts and paralyzes a single target. If other enemies are nearby, it'll paralyze the target for longer. 2 seconds per nearby enemy. After you land a critical hit, your next spell doesn't trigger a cooldown period. You unleash a massive explosion, leaving enemies in the area burning in agony. Yes. Yes, I will just get that. They are automatically assigned to an empty hotkey if one is available. Drag a learned ability to map it to a hotkey. And tactics to access a complete list. Okay. Leveling. Is it just our character that has leveled? I can't change. There we go. Anyone else? Okay, we've got Cassandra, who's got weapon and shield. Two-handed weapon, Battlemaster, and Vanguard. Okay, some of those are familiar. Payback Strike, Challenge, and Shield Wall. So she's our warrior. Solus has Barrier, and he's also got the Winter Tree. So just the other two that my character doesn't have. Varric has Double Daggers, Archery, Sabotage, and Subterfuge, which is cool. And obviously, he's not going to be doing Double Daggers. He will be Bianca-ing all over the place.
It's gone. Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
Right
We're
away.
clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to look at Fade Rifts. Caused by weaknesses in the Veil, rifts spawn demons and can only be sealed once all nearby demons are killed. The mark can disrupt the rift and cause damage to enemies. When the Fade Rift is available, interact with it to disrupt the rift and both stun and damage demons in its vicinity. The Herald can use the mark to close the rift once all demons it has spawned are dead. So I am the Herald. Isn't that nice? Hello there, sir. I'm in. Refill potion. Oh. Refill potions at supply caches. So I don't even have to buy them. Liliana's arguing with someone.
Haven't you all done enough already?
You are not involved here.
Enough! I will not have it!
Enough! Cool.
Ah! Here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick,
I know who she is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Isn't closing the breach the more pressing issue?
You brought this on us in the first place! Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Yeah, I was like, you're asking for my opinion? Fast, but... Oh, okay, hang on. Fast but indirect, soldiers will act as distraction elsewhere. The problem will be addressed sooner, but there may be casualties. Careful sustained assault. Soldiers will stand with you to ensure arrival. Scouts in the pass may be lost. Okay, so we're losing people no matter which choice we make here. So we can have casualties of losing soldiers or casualties with scouts. Why is he standing like that? Why does he look like a twig? Just like his arms are almost going like inside of him. What is that stance, my brother?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark.
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
Let's take the mountain path. We'll take the mountain path. For Adras.
Use the mountain path. Work together. You all know what's at stake.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
A lot of approval and disapprovals happening, but I can't see where to keep track of it at the moment. It's Saruman! He's trying to bring down the mountain! Okay. Hi, Chancellor Roderick. Let's have a look at this guy, who's apparently just a glorified bureaucrat. Bureaucrat, not a bureaucrat. That's not how that works. There are some who claim men have no place in the Chantry beyond the lowest rank of scholarly brothers and those who take their place amongst the Templars. It is not true. This is an organization spanning 7 nations from the smallest village Chantry to the Grand Cathedral in Valrayo. It takes more than sermons to keep it alive. There is an invisible army at work ensuring meals are delivered, repairs are made, and faithful attended to, and much of it done by Chantry brothers like myself. The position of High Chancellor places a man beside the Most Holy. I control who is permitted audience, handle her correspondence, deliver her word to Thetis, and serve as her advisor on matters which may be mundane, but cannot be disregarded. If I have influence, let it be said it is something I use sparingly, if at all. This is a task to which I devote myself with solemnity. I've never read that word before in my life. Solemnity. I know it's solemn, but then adding an itty on the end is like solemnity? Solemnity. I and my fellows bear a burden so that the others are free to guide the spirits of Thetis unencumbered. Lovely. Thank you, High Chancellor Roderick. A sign-on. A sign-on.
the tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond it.
What manner of tunnel is this? A mine?
Part of an old mining complex. These mountains are full of such paths.
And your missing soldiers are in there somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
We shall see soon enough.
I like the art style on the little character icons, but I do miss being able to pose my character portrait and just have like this awkward like stare into the camera. Instead, I've just got a green hand. Everyone else gets a cool picture. Enemies ahead. Oh, did I just get... Am I Oh, that's the barrier, I think. Okay. Makes sense.
One down.
One down. Okay. Pretty dark in this place, mate. Where is it? Where's the stuff? Stiletto dagger and a griffin shield. Is that better than what you've currently got, Cassandra? Nice. I can make some lighting. Let's have a look. Weapons for Cassandra. Griffin Shield. Yes, by a little bit in terms of the magic rating. More willpower, less magic defense. I'd say magic defense is... it's only plus 3%. This is plus 3 willpower. So you can have a Griffin Shield. That is a massive shield. So extra. Okay. And Morningstar does much more DPS. So I guess you're building a Morningstar now. Lovely. Cool design work, though. Yeah, I definitely just prefer to be able to press, like, tab or shift to just highlight items in my vicinity, but I'll have to adjust to this one. For sure. Especially as someone who doesn't want to miss anything. What is this? It's like ice on the ground. So strange. It looks like ooze almost as well. Area of effect attacks. Alright, we position the AoE. Okay. And then when we're happy with it, we can unleash it. Okay, that's a small range. I need to gather up the group together. There we go. Let's... yeah. Okay. Nice. Shattered. I do just be flinging my stick around until the enemies die. Getting a lot of crafting items, which will come in handy later.
Guess we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to our elven friend here.
Cool. So we can interact with the Fade Rift while there are enemies around to do damage to enemies, but then we can't just destroy it until all the enemies are dead. Yeah, okay. Boom. And now I can destroy the...
Cassandra! Lieutenant! You're alive!
Just barely.
Ugh. Fuck. Oh! Look at these things! What the fuck? Lesser terrors. Close the rift. Quickly.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Thank our prisoner, Lieutenant. She insisted we come this way.
The prisoner? Then you...
It was worth saving you, if we could.
Then you have my sincere gratitude.
The way into the valley behind us is clear for the moment. Go, while you still can.
At once. Quickly, let's move!
Do we tell her that Cassandra disapproved of our choice?
Demons as well.
Let's hurry before that changes.
But yeah, by the way, Cassandra disapproved of me
Down the
going this
ladder.
way.
That's the way to the temple.
Something that I'm happy about with looting is it doesn't take you out of the game, so dialogue and stuff can still continue instead of being a separate menu. I appreciate that. New helmet just dropped. Ah, I need to be level 6. Picking up a level 6 item at level 2. I love that. Hell yeah. I do not wish to... I've accidentally pressed a console command. I don't want that. Enter the temple. Oh, nice. We slide down ladders. That is much appreciated. Or you can just fall down. But I'm not looking to take that fall damage right now.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
Okay. I'm glad we're getting a lot of the characters talking with each other as like a compromise for us not being able to talk to them directly in the field. I'm assuming we'll be able to talk to them at some point. Maybe like a Mass Effect Normandy situation.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
Well, if you guys could identify silhouettes, it would have been easy. Temple of Sacred Ashes rediscovered. According to legend, the Sacred Ashes of Andraste were carried out of the Imperium by Havad, disciple of Our Lady, wounded by Tevinter soldiers when he tried to stop Andraste's capture. Havad was too late in coming to Minrathous to stop the execution. All he found was her ashes left out in the elements. As soon as Havad touched them, Andraste appeared in a vision. "Rise," she said, "Aegis of the Faith. The Maker shall never forget you so long as I remember." The Aegis of the Faith, so named by our prophet herself, stood at her word and found his wounds healed and his spirit renewed. He gathered the ashes of Andraste and returned the lands of the Alamari tribes, which are now Ferelden. It's said that Andraste's song led him to a holy site where Havad and his followers built a temple to house her remains. There the legend ends. For centuries, men searched for the Temple of Sacred Ashes, finding only rumors and tall tales. Chantry scholars concluded there was no temple, there were no sacred ashes. It was all a myth, allegory intended to inspire and feed the fire of faith. Then the hero of Ferelden came, seeking to cure a dying Arl with the miraculous powers of the ashes. The hero, with the help of renowned scholar Brother Ferdinand Genetivi, traced the steps of the ancients and came to a remote ruin high in the Frostback Mountains. There, the urn of sacred ashes waited as the legend said it would. After the triumph of the righteous over the fifth blight, the temple's discovery was shared with the world. Much to our dismay, however, by the time our soldiers arrived at the temple, the urn had disappeared, which was mentioned in Varric's narration of events in Dragon Age Keep. To this day, we do not know who took them or why. All that is certain is that was the Maker's will. I reckon that's going to come up later at some point. That's got to be an important point for it to be mentioned multiple times. Someone of note must have stolen the ashes. The hero of Ferelden did not share the discovery with the world, and Brother Genetivi, whose research made it possible, had disappeared without a trace. Truth, however, were always out, and rumors circulated about the cause of Al Eamon Garen's miraculous recovery. Agents of the Chantry investigated claims about the Urn of Sacred Ashes and were eventually led, as the hero had been led, to the temple. By the time our soldiers reached it, however, the urn was nowhere to be found. It's kind of repeating things. The urn had disappeared, and then it says it again. The urn was nowhere to be found. Though the ashes were gone, the temple itself stood, and it has since become a source of hope for the faithful. If the Grand Cathedral is the beating heart of our Chantry, then the Temple of Sacred Ashes is her soul. Here we honor the Chantry's past, even as we forge bravely into our future. A lecture delivered by Chantry scholar Mother Clothilde in the University of Orlais in the 38th year of the Dragon Age. Cool. I like that Dragon Age is such a cool game where the lore of our characters in past games comes back to in stuff like this. It's really great. My characters feel so significant in the world and its events. I love it in that sense. Especially when you're playing as different characters, so you're like, oh my god, that's my other character. This is grim. What the hell? That's haunting imagery. Oh my god. Jesus. So, like, this is what happened to anyone that was close to the site when it happened. You're either completely shredded into bones or you're, like, cursed to hold this pose for eternity. Wow. I think that they've really managed to sell just how much of a significant event this is. Like, this is like a mass destruction event. Like, this is the equivalent of a nuke going off in Dragon Age, almost. You're just walking through the remains of it. Templar helmet. Can I wield? Yes. Like weird rift stuff happening.
Reaches a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'll try, but I don't know if I can reach that, much less close it.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Okay.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
Hello?
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
At a guess, okay. He knows way more than he's leading on. What the hell? That was such a booming voice. Like, hello? Like, visually, this place is stunning, though, right? Like, wow. Is this red lyrium? Yeah.
Red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
I stopped standing on it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Oh, Divine Justinia was the sacrifice? Everyone's just walking on the red lyrium. Guys, don't touch that. It's evil and corrupting. I love that as I approach it, they actually spoke about it because I was just looking. Ah, okay. There are some codex sections that have the same artwork, so magic also has the same. Red lyrium. To answer your question, my lord, yes, I have indeed heard of this red lyrium of which you speak. A single piece of it surfaced in the eastern city of Kirkwall, and its influence alone was nearly enough to cause the city's destruction. As near as we can determine, it is regular lyrium that has been somehow corrupted. Those who have touched red lyrium or even come near it report that it sings to them like whispers in the mind that slowly drive them mad. We do not know, however, what might stem from extended contact with red lyrium. Madness, surely, but would there be a physical corruption as well? What would happen if a mage or a Templar used red lyrium as they use regular lyrium? Far more disturbing is the fact that lyrium could be corrupted at all. Treat any red lyrium you encounter as if it were poison. Do not go near it, do not attempt to destroy it, and most importantly, do not attempt to use it. From a partially burned letter by an unknown writer, affixed with a Grey Warden seal. Interesting. Well, we know that the red lyrium idol corrupted Bertrand, and then also was then passed along to Meredith with her goddamn Sith blade, and it was eventually her ruin. But this place is... red lyrium is filled in this place. Was it underneath the temple the whole time, or has it been corrupted due to the breach? Very interesting. Oh. I was going to say I liked the sort of... yeah, there it is. I like the pulsating green effect.
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Oh.
Run while you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the elf.
Ooh, guys, that clears my name.
Were there? Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Alright, I have to open it to close it. It's like when you don't close your car door properly. Alrighty. Mystery silhouette, like, villainous character. So, not soulless then. Whoa! Yo, hello, Pride Demon.
No!
Oh, hello. Oh my god. Get him. Get him. Get him.
We must strip its defenses. Wear it down.
Oh. Oh, yeah, it's just walk. It just doesn't even care. It's got a lightning whip. Dude, Pride Demon's got upgrades, dude. How do we strip its defenses? We're doing damage to it, but not to its actual health bar, it seems.
Quickly!
You can... Oh, right. That makes sense. Disrupt the Fade Rift. Yeah, cool, okay.
Demon is vulnerable. Now!
Fuck it up. It's so green in here. It's green screening me out of existence on the webcam. Come on. At least everyone's getting damaged equally this time with their health instead of just me. Ow!
Through the rift.
Hang on. I'm trying to press the correct hotkeys. Ow! Leave me alone. Oh wait, hang on. Pause. I'm used to pausing with the space bar, but that's jumping now. Everything's different. God, when they get like a bruised and battered icon, that's cool. I like that. I like that changes like that. If only there was a healing spell.
Someone help!
I'm disrupting the rift. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I'll try again. Oh, I'll try again. I'm trying again. I did it. Fuck it up. Oh, Jesus. Solus went from being low health to like being full health again immediately though. Ow. Hang on, why are they... How do they get instantly healed? Oh, I guess they're using health potions very quickly because we are at 3 out of 8, that makes sense. They use health potions much faster than I could ever give them to them, so I'm just gonna let them be. I just don't even see the pop-up appear. Oh. Oh my god. Let's go again on disabling the rift. Get him! Stressed. Immune? How dare you? Get him! He's almost dead! Gotcha.
Now! Seal the rift!
Where are you going? Do it. Seal it.
Do it!
So much green. I don't know, like a milk lip. Been drinking milk when I've been going to sleep.
Oh! I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Don't worry about it. I
beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
Why is that there? So I've been asleep for 3 days or what?
So you're saying they're happy with me?
I'm only saying what I heard. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Okay. Nice, alright, I've automatically been dressed. Haven in the Frostback Mountains. Cool. This is cool, because this takes us back to Dragon Age Origins locations, which is really neat. Maybe it's just the lighting in this room that's given me a permanent milk lip. You were gone for 3 days. We had to feed you milk while you were sleeping, and you've got permanent milk lip now. Read. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy, shallow breathing, pulse over fast. Not responsive, pupils dilated. Mage says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. Will feed milk. Just in case. Special shipments. Is this going to be DLC stuff? Should I interact with this or not? Staff of the Dragon, light armor of the Dragon. Oh god. Avar armor, stone bear armor, schematics. Oh no. I didn't even get the chance to look into the goddamn chest. It just gave me everything. Okay. It's the icon on the staff of the dragon is the titty staff that Anders was wielding in my ending episode of Dragon Age 2, where it just does this immaculate close-up. I can't wield it. Actually, no, I can wield it. Item level 5, but requirements level 1. It doesn't look too overpowered. It's nice. Does it change the... It's not changing the icon of my staff. It's a dragon, but that is definitely a different icon. They've brought back the different icons, though, unlike Dragon Age 2. I've got Avar armor. Oh, God. What is that? Why does she look naked? What is going on there? Some sort of weird skin? It's like she's got body paint on. I wish this had descriptions. Stone bear armor. It looks cool. Chakra tar. I was going to say, this seems like an Canary text. There is some flavor text sometimes. Ooh, hello. Antamsa. Damn, okay. Light armor of the dragon. Look at that. God damn. There's some impressive looking gear on here. I love that they've got their own unique icons though, because Dragon Age 2 moved away from doing that. I'm probably gonna need to put these away because I'm not gonna equip these yet because their armor rating is like super high. Unique heavy armor. This is so purple gear has flavor text. This armor is worn by Canary officers in both the army and navy and signifies a command role, although in typical Canary fashion, no one outside the Qun can tell which role is which. They're all very high armor ratings. So I'm going to leave them alone for now. Do I have a storage chest of some kind? That would be nice. Alright, we are in Haven. Let's check this codex entry. Haven! I would like to speak to you of Haven, the village in the Frostbacks close to the Temple of Sacred Ashes. We are all aware of its past. It was home to the Disciples of Andraste, as they called themselves. Descended from the people who built the temple itself, they had strayed over years of isolation from their once noble roots to become dragon worshippers. After the hero Ferelden discovered the Temple of Sacred Ashes, which the disciples guarded jealously, what remained of the cult moved on, and Haven was abandoned to the ice and snow. I passed through Haven on my pilgrimage to see the Temple of Sacred Ashes. There was a storm, and I took shelter in the hall of Haven's chantry. Though they were dusty from neglect, the walls of that lonely place were strong and shielded me from the biting winds. Peace came upon me, and my eyes were opened to Haven's incredible beauty. It could not be overcome by the pain and the horror of the past. It could not be masked by decay and disuse. It would not be forgotten. Haven is precious to Orlais, to the Chantry, and to the Sunburst throne for its historical and religious significance. It is my will that Haven be restored, rededicated to the service of Andraste, and preserved for the ages. Let it be a sanctuary for the pilgrims who seek out the Temple of Sacred Ashes. May they rest here beneath the cold, bright skies. May the glory of the Maker be revealed to them as they gaze upon the grey peaks that are the work of his hand. Now and forevermore, let this be a haven for the faithful. That's really, really cool, because Haven was just crazy town when we arrived here in Origins. I really wonder, because of this, what would happen if we actually went through with poisoning the ashes, how different this game could be. Because Leliana can die in Origins, right? So that's really interesting. Creatures. Pride Demon. It was indeed a Pride Demon. The most powerful demons yet encountered are the Pride Demons, perhaps because they, among all their kind, most resemble men. As clever and manipulative as the Desire Demon, with a penchant for cruel irony that is almost human. While the demons of desire largely engage in the bribery of mortals, pride will use mortals' own best nature against them. Clever men outwit themselves, strong men crush themselves, humble men forget themselves, and jealous men fear themselves. They turn corruption and ruin into an art. That's cool. Alright. Oh, hello everyone. Really cool armor pieces that we're seeing on everyone. The design work is amazing. Yes, hello there. One moment, I wish to loot random houses before you all salute me. I found a chest. Looting. You're like, where'd she go? She ran around the side of the house. Oh, okay, hang on. I found apprentice armor. Level 4 mage only that's already 75 armor rating. Okay, so now these don't seem too ridiculous by comparison. Because our mercenary coat was 38. So I didn't want to jump ahead too far, but then that apprentice armor, which is only one level above, is 75. Constitution and Cunning, Magic Defense, Rage Defense, Melee Defense, Cold Resistance, Fire Resistance. So Mage Armor, I love that design. Light Armor of the Dragon. I gotta dress myself for the occasion, guys. So only armor, no helmets or anything. And then for some reason, in weapons, Staff of the Dragon does not look like its icon at all. It genuinely is a dragon instead of looking like it's I think that's Andraste. Oh. Hello there, everyone! Ah, ha, ha, look, I am...
That's the Herald of Andraste.
I'm being referred to as the Herald of Andraste.
Andraste herself was watching over her.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb her.
Interesting. So are they...
Why did Lady Cassandra have her in chains?
They're saying that the figure that was behind me when I came out of the rift is going to be Andraste and I'm her herald. Would that make Leliana jealous, you think? Because Leliana thinks that she is like the Andraste fucking reincarnated. I'm pretty sure that it would have been Divine Justinia because we were in the same place at the same time and she got the same silhouette, but it's being like, this is the funny thing about visions and things that you see. Unless Andraste also wore similar clothing.
Herald of Andraste.
Blessings of Julianos upon you.
Blessings upon you, Herald of Andraste.
So that's why we're referred to as the Herald. Alright, gotcha. Segret.
I believe Seeker Cassandra would like to speak with you.
That was really weird.
I believe Seeker Cassandra would like to speak with you.
I can't even recognize this place. It looks so different from Origins.
That's her. She stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard she was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than anyone else has done. Demons would have had it otherwise.
So it's still there. We didn't fully close it.
Still a lot of rifts left all over. Little cracks in the sky.
The Singing Maiden. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear, after all. Those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates through the gleeful and unrestrained use of contraption, referred to as the Maiden. Oh god, the Iron Maiden. Oh, and it's singing because I know what an Iron Maiden is. Old school torture device. And that's why there's singing, because it's this poor souls that are trapped inside screaming. The Maiden was a hinged iron casket as high and wide and deep as a man, with vicious spikes within, meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it. Bedwyr's Maiden was a prized possession and stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside of it. Political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the Maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from their cruel king. Then one day, a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember, and was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyr's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all, Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwyr grew red at her comment and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." "But it is so small," said Ember. "Are only children and women its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fear this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed and saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to Ember. "I will show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said, and with that, he stepped into the device. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwyr squeezed himself into the iron casket that Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden, with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced to the singing that echoed through the streets until Bedwyr was dead, and it finally stopped. A tale often told in the Singing Maiden Tavern. That's awesome. That's a great story. It's funny that this whole time, though, that I was reading this story, a woman named Ember being an emissary. Where are we? An emissary from a far-off land. I don't know, that just screams like Leliana activities to me. Don't you think?
Blessings upon you, Herald of Andraste.
Obviously this place should open up for us after we do more things. So we'll just walk on through. Hello there. It's our chantry.
Chancellor Roderick says that the chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Most of the Grand...
So the chantry robes have changed once again.
Andraste didn't have Grand Clerics telling her what to do, and she managed nonetheless.
You expect us to be like Andraste?
Someone must.
Make her watch over you.
Oh, there's so much stuff.
Make her watch over you.
Endless crafting items. Mostly interested in the books. The Fade. The study of the Fade is as old as humankind. For so long as men have dreamed, we have walked its twisting paths, sometimes catching a glimpse of the city at its heart. Always as close as our own thoughts, but impossibly separated from our world. The Tevinter Imperium once spent vast fortunes of gold, lyrium, and human slaves in an effort to map the terrain of the Fade, an ultimately futile endeavor. Although portions of it belong to powerful spirits, all of the Fade is in constant flux. The Imperium succeeded in finding the disparate and ever-shifting realms of a dozen demon lords, as well as cataloguing a few hundred types of spirits before they were forced to abandon the project. The relationship of dreamers to the Fade is complex. Even when entering the Fade through use of lyrium, mortals are not able to control or affect it. The spirits who dwell there, however, can, and as the Chantry teaches us, the great flaw of the spirits is that they have neither imagination nor ambition. They create what they see through their sleeping visitors, building elaborate copies of our cities, people, and events, which, like the reflections in a mirror, ultimately lack context or life of their own. Even the most powerful demons merely plagiarize the worst thoughts and fears of mortals and build their realms with no other ambition than to taste life. Cool. Yeah, the books are going to be the thing that I am searching for the most when we utilize this, so we can get that sweet, juicy lore. Chant for the departed. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes toward flame, she should see fire and go towards light. The veil holds no uncertainty for her. She will know no fear or death, for the Maker shall be her beacon, and her shield, her foundation, and her sword. Transfigurations 10:1, often sung by mourners as they light candles. The whole time I was reading this chant, I was thinking of that lady in Denerim that was hungry, and she would say something like, shall be her bacon and her shield. She's like, no, it's not that. She's like, I know, I'm just hungry. It's dinner time.
Have you gone completely mad? She should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe she is guilty.
The elf failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, she intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Nice. Cassandra's on our side now. The Maker. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, his first word. And his word became all that might be, dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forge you, to you I give dominion over all that exists. By your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending. But their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own, and the voice of the Maker shook the Fade, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. You have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will all things are done, yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing, and he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the Fade a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirits and spoke to it, saying, here I decree opposition in all things, for the earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker from the living world make men, immutable as the substance of the earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, to you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the Fade I crafted you, and to the Fade you shall return each night in dreams, that you may always remember me. And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Now, I believe that we have read this one before, but I found it important to read again because when we look at this kind of stuff, what's really interesting is a lot of this can be taken when we were first playing Dragon Age Origins as sort of like religious gospel and them spreading the good word of like, look guys, this definitely happened. But then you have events that take place like the Ashes of Andraste actually worked, right? They did have restorative properties. They cured Arleman, and that is not something to be ignored. And then in Dragon Age 2, we go into the Legacy DLC, and we quite literally have an encounter with a being from way back when. Right? Corypheus is encountered and he speaks about actually visiting the Golden City and seeing these stories have truth to them by getting actual eyewitness accounts almost, you know, like they were from back then where now it's myths and legends and who knows what's the truth, but we actually get stuff like that, and then you realize that Corypheus and the Architect are similar in how they're in their appearance, and you're like, okay then. Alright then. I see. So we've had the Architect in Dragon Age Origins DLC. We've had Corypheus in Dragon Age 2 DLC. So we're definitely being gifted some very beautiful lore pieces there in the history of Dragon Age, because this is such a rich world that has been created, and each Dragon Age game just has so much to like pull from, which I think is really nice. So much to just pull from and utilize when they want to explore new things. Something I really appreciate as well, which this game is the only one to do it so far, is when you pick up a codex item and you read it, it's not marked as unread in this list. In Dragon Age 2, you have to manually go in and like read it in here after reading it out of the game. So I think that's nice. So I don't get like a double up or confusion of notifications. So that's nice. Oh god, jump scare. Hello. Minave. Enemies drop unique collectibles. Bring them to the researcher to learn more about your stuff. Alright. The Children of Andraste. There are many misconceptions regarding Andraste's bloodline, Monsieur. This is due, I should think, to a general lack of knowledge regarding Andraste's mortal life. Understandable, considering the many cults that arose following her death. Everyone sought to claim Our Lady for their own culture or claimed some aspect of her existence was a lie. All of them complete fabrications. My order has done considerable research to ascertain the truth. We all know Andraste and the Betrayer raised 5 children. The eldest 3 were sons, Isarath, Evrian, and Verald. The rule of what was once southern Tevinter was split among them. Isarath was given the west, what is today Orlais. Evrian was given the east, what is today the Free Marches, and Verald was given the central Planocene, what is today Navarra. What became of these men and their legacies is stuff of legend, and the majority of claimants to Andraste's bloodline link back to one of them. None of the 3 sons, however, were born of Andraste. They were born of the Betrayer's concubine, Gillivan. People chose to overlook the fact that Andraste came from the Alamari tribesmen and that they were barbarians, not the Fereldans we know today. They were savage warriors who took concubines in addition to their wives, and because Andraste was thought to be too weak to bear children, the Betrayer took Gillivan to provide him heirs, which she did. After her death, the sons were raised as Andraste's own. Later in life, Andraste proved predictions wrong and had 2 daughters by the Betrayer, Ebris and Vivial. They were kept out of the public eye and not permitted to marry, though both had consorts. Ebris had but one child, Ali Vimar, who perished on a voyage to Denerim less than a month after her mother fell to plague, and without children of her own. The younger daughter, Vivial, was more controversial. A strong-headed woman who defied her family by falling in love with a mage of Tevinter, Regulin. Vivial and Regulin went into self-imposed exile as the Exalted March began, and into hiding following Andraste's betrayal and murder. What became of Vivial and her descendants is largely unknown for one primary reason. She had only daughters. Each of those daughters only had daughters. They married into other families and took other names, and in the chaos of the Second Blight, all traces of survivors were lost. Andraste's true bloodline, if it exists, lies solely in the descendants of Vivial, and the suspicion of my order is that it produces only daughters. Thus, the claims of your young man, Monsieur, are highly suspect. From a letter by Sister Galena of the Augustan Order in the 12th year of the Dragon Age. That is really neat detail. So, only Vivial. So, Andraste herself only had 2 daughters. The sons were false, just adopted. And it seems that to be a descendant of Andraste's bloodline, and therefore Vivial, you will only bear daughters as a result. And because this is in that sort of world where, you know, it's sort of that tradition that through marriage, the last name is replaced by the male. So therefore, there is no sort of way to find or track this this sort of bloodline through last name only. But if you're only having daughters, then there you go. You know what's happened. We'll interact with this turn-in research and this NPC in a bit. I assume we'll get a proper introduction to what's going on here. So let's have this cutscene take place.
Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone Most Holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others. Or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence?
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
Yeah, do I have to be a chosen one, guys?
You realize I'm an elf. A Dalish elf.
I have not forgotten. No matter what you are or what you believe, you are exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
I like that music coming in. But guys. Why does it have to be us against the world right now? The Inquisition of old?
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay, but you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Yes. Excellent handshake, sire. Wonderful. All right. We're getting a lot of slightly disapproved, slightly approved stuff. As long as we're like a good person, Cassandra likes it. Who are these people? The Inquisition Reborn! God, those ravens look absolutely disheveled. The bitrate on these cutscenes, though. It's a bit of a shame. The music and environments do look gorgeous, though. This dude's an asshole. That much is certain. Title card. Yeah. Dragon Age. Inquisition. God, I love how cliche that was. It was amazing. Hello. All right, we're playing. I'm wearing my casual getup now. Nice, and I got my spear on. Influence, okay? God, there's so much to take in, guys. Oh my god. Quartermaster. Okay, we've got companions around the place. War room. Research room, riot room, the apothecary, the blacksmith, merchants. Nice. This big ass bear is so distracting on the map every time. Giant ass bear. We talk to people.
Just like that. Should we surrender or... Don't be foolish. We are the Chantry, as much as any Grand Cleric. That prattle from Val Royeaux isn't the word of the Maker. It's politics.
Prattle. Okay.
Segrit said the blankets weren't worth selling. He's giving them to the Inquisition for free.
How kind of him.
That, and he said people who freeze to death don't spend much coin.
Well, he's not wrong.
All right, we have to report to Haven's Chantry to do the threat remains, but this seems like an excellent spot for us to bring this first proper episode, our second official episode of the Let's Play, to a close. Thank you so much for joining me today as we have gotten a little bit more out of what's going on here. We've met some new people. Some familiar faces have returned, and we're in a... It's really cool because I'm getting that blend of Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 here in terms of like location and like the lore and stuff. Like we're back in Ferelden, we're in Haven. There is this goddamn ominous rift over in the distance that I guess will work towards closing. But I'm enjoying it a lot. I really find it fun. The gameplay is nice. It's a gorgeous looking game. I'm excited as always to divulge in the lore and see where this story takes us. So thank you so much for joining me for my first episode of Dragon Age Inquisition, running around with our lovely elf Mapalas. If you would like to get a little bit of a head start and get early access to this playthrough as well, you can get 7 days of early access by supporting me directly via Patreon, which is much appreciated. It helps me to do this full time. But even if not, if you're happy to wait and go through this playthrough with everybody else, please do consider liking, subscribing, all of that lovely YouTube jazz to help me with the algorithm and to show your support if you did enjoy this playthrough. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.